extra time.
I mean, looking at the ODI series, Chris, is it effectively now a consolation prize where you have to give some game time to some guys who've been in India but not been playing, you know, like Billings, Topley, Liam Livingston and Mo and Parkinson?
Yeah, I mean, it's not okay. I mean, to me, it's not a consolation prize. Obviously, we want to win everything. We are defending world champions, so we want to make sure that you know, I mean, we go out there and we put a good showing for us. You know, I mean, the World Cup is here in 2023 as well. So again, it's a great opportunity for us to see conditions to play out here and get, you know, I mean, players' experience under the belt. What's
your reflections on the T20 series? England won 4 of the 5 tosses. They were at full strength but still lost. Was it a reality check, do you think, before the World Cup?
Well, I think again, you know, I mean, I see it as a good experience for the players to be out here and taking in what the conditions are. You know, I mean, obviously disappointed to lose. You know, I mean, obviously we never like losing. We go into every game wanting to win, but it is a difficult place to come and win. And to be fair, you know, I mean, India played very well as well at times, so we've got to respect that. But we'll certainly be wiser for it. You know, I mean, coming back here for the World Cup, the players will have experienced how things are, the conditions, the wickets. You know, I mean, again, experienced how to bowl on these wickets and how to bat and what works and what doesn't. So, you know, I mean, like I said, disappointed to sort of lose the series, but at the same time, excited about what's in front of us. And obviously, we'll be a lot wiser for the experience now.
Just on the ODI squad, then, Joe Root not coming back out to India. Who bats at 3? And is there an argument for Ben Stokes going there?
Well, I mean, it's something that obviously Owen and myself are going to have a talk about tonight, actually. So, I mean, we've got plenty of things to talk through, to have a look at who goes where. Obviously, it'll create opportunities for people as well to potentially bat in different places and to potentially see 1 or 2 sort of fresh faces in there. So, yeah, I mean, for me, I see that as an opportunity. Obviously, Joe's not with us. I mean, he's a fine one-day player, as we all know. But it was a good opportunity to give him a break as well, having been in the bubble for so long through the Test series.
We saw in the recent T20 series that there was only 1 change throughout the series, and that was enforced with Mark's heel injury. How hard was it finding that balance between playing your strongest 11, probably for the last time before the World Cup, but also trying to give the squad players an opportunity to play in India before that World Cup?
Well, I mean, one of the things we looked at really was, you know, I mean, trying to get a little bit of role clarity in there as well. Obviously, we kept turning up and expecting the wickets to potentially turn as well, hence naming 12 players over time. But the wickets were firm and good wickets from what we saw. So hence, you know, I mean, obviously very little change in our team. But again, you know, I mean, I think the team that we put out was a very strong team. And we saw at times that, you know, I mean, we controlled the power plays. You know, we won a few of them. Still areas to work on, obviously. But no, I think it was just, you know, I mean, the way that things panned out, but we used with fewer players.
There's been a lot of talk about Ben's role in the team, also the T20 lineup. How difficult is it when you've got the array of talent you have in your squad to try and find roles for everybody?
It is difficult because we've got people that can bat anywhere, and sort of for various teams have batted anywhere. But I mean, sort of from Ben's point of view, we see him as a great finisher as well. He's very good at sort of looking at a scoreboard and breaking it down and taking into account what needs to be done at any given point as well. So he reads the game very well. And you need that down the order to try and get us over the line in tight situations. So, you know, I mean, Ben does that fantastically for us.
I'm just looking ahead to the ODIs. I know it's not the T20 format, but how important is it to get that confidence of knowing you can play on a different wickets in a different part of India and still win matches?
Well, I mean, that confidence is always important. You know, I mean, like I said, we'll be looking to win these games and to keep, you know, I mean, keeping a roll as we are. You know, I mean, in the ODIs, and again, you know, I mean, it will provide opportunities for people as well. You know, I mean, from a 14-man squad, but we've got some fresh faces there, so there's potential opportunities for people as well, which is equally as exciting for me.
And just in terms of mowing, you said that the conditions didn't really suit playing him in India. I would read that as a bit of a fall from grace, in the sense that there was a time when it didn't really matter where you played. He was in the side, you know, even in England, where, you know, conditions are not necessarily spin friendly either. So what does he need to do to convince you that he's worth a place regardless of conditions? And do you anticipate that he could still play a major role in the push for the World Cup next in the
I do. Mo's a very important member of our squad. And just to be clear, it's not in Indian conditions. It was on those pitches in Ahmedabad that we didn't pick him. So we went down a different avenue on that. So just be very clear on that. It's not all conditions in India we're talking about here. We looked at the pitches and we picked the attack that we believe would be successful or effective on those pitches in Ahmedabad. But Mo is a very important member of our squad, and I'm sure he's got a big role to play in the future.
How worried are you, and how concerned?
Obviously, it's disappointing for Jofra and disappointing for us, but it's clearly something that we need to get to the bottom of, and we'll make sure there's every resource around him that we can get to the bottom of what's going on, and hopefully get him back fighting fit for the future for England.
He's going home and then potentially coming back out for the IPL, but in his long-term interest, would you prefer it if he missed the IPL maybe, even though it's so important in this World Cup year?
I think first and foremost, we've got to get to the bottom of the problem of what's going on there. Obviously, he's going to miss the early stages of the IPL, but we'll be led by the medics on sort of where we go from there, really. But first and foremost, we'll be making sure that Jofra's okay.
Just another quick one on Jofra. Was it very much, a joint decision for him to take this rest now? We've seen guys be a bit reluctant maybe to miss big chunks of the IPL because of their profile and the money involved. Was he happy about this, or did he have to be told, no, look, you really need to rest again?
No, it was a joint decision, and both parties have put England first, basically. He needs to get this right. He needs some time to do that, so we've made space to make sure that we give him the best chance of being successful for England. And all parties agreed on that. And obviously Jofra was very sort of keen on that as well. He was, he wants to be at the World Cup and he wants to be at the Ashes. So it wasn't a difficult decision by either side, to be honest. I think it was a sensible decision.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.